A big part of stacking is developing a plan you can stick to for decades. Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and I store 20% of my income in the form of rare coins and precious metals. Today, I want to walk you through a plan I've been developing for a few years that keeps me consistent no matter what the market is doing. Before we go any further, I have to recognize Don't Ask for being the first comment on my last video yet again. Congratulations, Don't Ask, and thank you so much for your support. Find Don't Ask down in the comments and start a conversation with him. Now, if you've been watching the past few days, I'm sure you can guess what's next. You're absolutely right, some more copper pennies. Today was day 4 of counting 5 pounds a day. So far, we are to 20 pounds. My original estimate was near 35 pounds, but at this point, I'm starting to think it's closer to 40 or even 45 pounds. But we'll see in a few days. That's enough about copper. Today, I want to talk about a stacking plan. A plan removes emotion. Without one, stacking can feel like guessing. With a plan, every decision becomes clear. You don't chase the heights, you don't panic at the lows, you just follow the rules that you set yourself. My overall stacking plan that I plan to stick to for the next few decades is very general. It allows me to make small changes as I learn from time in the market. Overall, my plan is simply to put 20% of my income every paycheck into precious metals. From there, based on circumstances right now that are my income, what 20% actually is, and the metals that are available to me at that price point, has made it so that my plan gets a little bit more specific. Right now, my dollar cost average is $200 every week. Yes, that's 20% of my income. So $200, I could get a gram of gold or a few grams, maybe a 10th ounce of platinum, or a few ounces of silver. Of those, the lowest premium option would be the silver. So because of that, right now, that generic plan of 20% of my income has turned into dollar cost averaging into silver every week, then allowing my silver stack to pay for larger amounts of gold or platinum. Now, I do also like a balance between different variations of the metal. For silver, there's 90%, there's coins, and there's generics. I want to have somewhat of an even spread throughout those. In addition, I believe that 90% will soon be very hard to obtain. So right now, I'm stacking a little bit more 90%. I'm choosing to buy $1 face value every week. I'm going to rotate that through dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars. So based on what week it is in that month, I'm going to be buying dimes, quarters, half dollars, or dollars. Then when there's a 5th week of the month, I'm going to take that opportunity to consider rebalancing my portfolio. Every 5th week of the month, I'm going to consider selling some silver for some gold or platinum. And right now, I'm working on a 1/10 ounce and 1/4 ounce typeset in gold. I'm a lot farther on the 1/10 ounce, and I really just decided to start the 1/4 ounce as well. My plan is that every 5th week of the month, when I do buy some gold, I'm going to be buying at least 1/4 ounce. So what this 1/4 ounce is going to look like is either a full 1/4 ounce coin whenever it's available at my local coin shop, or a 1/10 ounce coin and a 90% or 22 karat gold coin that was a circulated coin at the time that falls in between the 1/10 ounce and the 1/4 ounce. That's a really long way to explain. I'm probably going to be picking up a lot of 20 francs, maybe some American pre-33 Mexican gold, or some British sovereigns. When it comes to my 1/10 ounce typeset, I want it to be a full typeset. So for the American Eagles, both type designs, the type 1 and type 2. For Canadian maples, there are 3 different portraits of the Queen and now 1 of the King. I also want to include Australian gold, that is the lunar design, a kookaburra, a kangaroo, and a koala. I also want to include the Mexican Libertad, old design and new. I do have one of the new ones, but I want to include all of the 24 karat variants of American gold, like this Mercury dime here. They also made a 10th ounce Liberty as well as the 10th ounce Buffalo. Then, of course, we do the same thing with the quarter ounces. So this is obviously a long-term goal, but it's going to be really exciting to watch the whole thing fill out. And of course, since I'll be also buying the circulated gold, I'll be building a typeset for that as well. So here I have the $1 quarter eagle, the 5 peso, the 2.5 peso, and the 2 peso, as well as an old sovereign here. So there are so many coins to collect. I'm really just going to be focusing on a typeset of as much as I can get. When it comes to looking at each metal, I really like to have just a huge variety within the metals. I think it's hugely important to have a mix of plenty of circulated gold, 22 karat, and even the 4/9 fine. That way you can react to however the market is treating each product when it is time for you to sell. Now, when it comes to platinum, I'm really just experimenting with this right now. I really like the idea of the platinum group metals, but I'm really just experimenting with them at the moment. Right now, I'm not allowing platinum to have any more than 5% of my total stack, but at the moment, it's actually just under 1%. But really, how can you look at this and not tell me it's a beautiful coin? I love the way that platinum looks. It almost feels luxurious to me. So I am really excited to slowly add some platinum to my stack. But because it's going to be such a low percentage of my stack, I'm probably going to be stacking a lot more of these 1 grams or the 1/10 ounce size. I really don't see myself going in to any larger size. I might at some point get a 1/4 ounce, but I really don't think so. So that is my in general plan. 20% of my income every week. I'm going to dollar cost average into silver and then use my silver stack to get into gold and platinum. So now where it gets a little bit more specific is that I balance these 3 metals, gold, silver, and platinum, to a set specific ratio range. So I've decided on a specific range for each metal, and I've already said that I don't want my platinum any more than 5% of the value of my entire stack. These percentages are what I'm assuming will change over time as I learn more about how the metal markets move. I'll use the experience of my metals exposure to allow me to understand micro and macro trends within the metals so that I can trade between them to allow my portfolio to grow the most possible. Right now, I'm choosing no more than 55% of my portfolio in silver, no more than 45% of my portfolio in gold, and no more than 5% of my portfolio in platinum. And yes, that does intentionally add up to more than 100%. Right now, I'm a little heavy in silver. My portfolio is 57.3% silver, which is indicating that based on my plan, I should be selling a little bit of silver into gold and platinum. But I also have a planned trade from silver into gold every 13 weeks, or really every time a month has a 5th week. And that's actually happening next month. So, should I trade now or hold off? Either way, just remember, every ounce adds up. So no matter how small, just keep stacking.